And now for something completely different. Good afternoon, I'm Dan Hagan, and welcome to Up North at 4, your daily roundabout of local news, weather, and today, nature. Author John Bates joins the program to answer your questions. Then Buffy is back with Spinach Artichoke Dip. We'll get to all of that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. With windows and doors closed right now in the winter, it's a good time to test your house for radon. January is Radon Action Month. Radon is a naturally occurring gas from the soils and rocks underneath your home. You can't smell or taste or see radon, and there are no short-term side effects. But long-term, it is the second leading cause of lung cancer behind smoking. Test kits are easy to use and available for purchase at your local health department. They usually cost about $10 to $20. The Biden administration will make 400 million N95 masks available for free starting next week. The step comes after federal officials emphasize the masks' better protection against the Omicron variant of COVID-19 over those cloth face coverings. The White House says the masks will come from the government's strategic national stockpile, which has more than 750 million of the highly protective masks on hand. The masks should be available for pickup at pharmacies and community health centers across the country by the end of next week. Wisconsin's political boundaries went before the state Supreme Court today. The court received proposed maps from Democrats, Republicans, and nonpartisan groups. The court has said it will take a least change approach to the issue and not make significant adjustments to the current maps. That's seen as a win for Republicans who drew the maps last time to their advantage. The court is expected to issue a final decision within weeks to set the maps in time for candidates running for office this fall. On a related note, there is a Fair Maps rally at the Vilas County Courthouse this Friday at noon. The Rhinelander District Library is asking for help to create Valentine's Day cards for seniors. Now through February 5th, the library will collect the cards. Materials for the cards are available at the library if you need them. RDL will then distribute the cards to seniors at the resident facilities in the community. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins. Now, Jeff, a chilly day out there today.
Yeah, hey Dan, happy Wednesday. All right, here's a live look at the South Pole Research Station where the current temperature is 10 degrees below zero. It's summertime there. I bring this up because our temperatures are going down to about 14 degrees below zero tonight, so we'll be colder than the South Pole. Out there right now, though, it's 6 in Rhinelander, 11 for Leona, 12 for the Stevens Point area, so you get the idea. The cold air has flooded in, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. There's just a lot of it up here, all kind of moving in our direction. So if you like cold temperatures, you're living in the right spot because we have a very cold 7-day temperature trend. Here we are, 4 tomorrow, 11 for Friday, 16 for Saturday, then back down Sunday. So this is not normal. In fact, you know, these kind of temperatures are going to boost up your heating bill. It can be dangerous, of course, too, right? So take care of your pets and also people who have less reliable heat sources. Make sure you're checking on them. And remember, space heaters are never a good idea for long duration heat. All right, out there now, we have some cloud cover, but that's kind of breaking up as we speak. Lake effect snow ongoing all day today on Tanagan, Keweenaw Peninsula. That is now breaking up because the wind is shifting more out of the west. So these clouds are going to go away tonight. You know what that means. Snowpack in place, Arctic air, radiational cooling will allow all the heat we have down here right now to kind of go poof out into space. And then our storm track is shifted a bit, right? So now it's going south of us. So this little guy right there, that's probably going to catch us on Saturday with some light snow, maybe an inch or two of snow on Saturday. Other than that, no big snows in our forecast anytime soon. So our forecast then tonight, though, is just bitterly cold air out there. Lake effect snow is ending with low temperatures down near 14 degrees below zero. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
Enjoy the serenity of northern Wisconsin all year long. First stop, Shquagaman Adventure Company. Skis, skates, snowshoes, and fat bikes. Kayaks, canoes, and paddle boards. Shquagaman Adventure Company. Stop by the store or visit us online.
Take a road trip to Cabin Creations during the Phillips Winterfest celebration or shop online anytime at cabincreationswi.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram too.
all the sounds around me get kind of quiet and I feel like unstoppable.
Go 80 miles an hour on a bumpy gravel road and stick your head out the window. That's a little bit what it feels like.
It's nirvana. It's just pure bliss.
I don't really imagine there's anything else in the world that can even come close to that feeling.
The Winter Olympics, brought to you on NBC 12 by Health in Motion.
Teachers are truly unsung heroes, building up the next generation of leaders. We should celebrate them. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jeff Weller with Newswatch 12. We are excited to announce it's time to nominate teachers for the Golden Apple Awards, proudly presented by the Rhinelander Partners in Education.
You can nominate those teachers by going to RhinelanderPie.com. Nominations are due by February 28th.
So let's celebrate teachers and recognize all of what they do.
What does expert HVAC installation look like to you? Having a perfect reading nook on a humid day? A place to enjoy the view on a cold winter day? With a carrier system installed by Dahlquist, your home will be comfortable from room to room. Plus, you'll be getting expert installation of a system brought to you by the people who invented modern air conditioning. Contact Dahlquist today for your carrier. Turn to the experts.
Weather Watch 12 with Andrew Kiekefer. Weekends at 10 p.m.
We're backing up north at 4. We're here with naturalist and author John Bates from the Mercer area. John, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How about you guys?
We're doing so well. We love having you on every month. Yeah, we were being a little silly during the commercial break.
Yep.
But John, we wanted to talk to you today about really, really cold temperatures. And we're going to get to viewer questions in a little bit. But let's talk about this question. We can bring that up on the screen. Why are cold temperatures important for us?
Yeah, for a whole lot of reasons, but one that's easy to understand is insects, particularly non-native insects. We have several that are coming our way and or are here. Emerald ash borer is one. Hemlock woolly adelgid is another. Asian longhorn beetle is another. Gypsy moths have been around a long time. All of these insects super cool, which means they just have antifreeze in them like your car has, and they start dying about -5. Pretty well shot by -20 and by -30, 99% death for these insects. So if we want to avoid the consequences of these non-native invasive insects killing literally all of our ash trees, killing all of our hemlock trees, etc., we need to stay really cold. We need to at least hit -30. -40 would even be a whole lot better. And that's easy for me to say. I'll be standing by my wood stove when I say that. We don't want to go outside necessarily, but this is the character of the North Woods. This is who we are. This is our personality. Really cold, long winters. They're hard on us, but it's the truth of who we are. And if we can maintain those, there's benefits to us relative to insect populations, a whole host of things, which we'll talk about more, I think.
I was going to say, I was just talking about temperatures of 14 degrees below zero tonight. So, that's nowhere near record territory for us. Nowhere near it, right? But you're saying, when temperatures get to 30 below, it kills off 99% of non-native, right? Does it also kill off a certain percentage of native species as well?
Yeah, it will. So we have a number of insects that also super cool, basically hibernate and super cool. The key factor, though, is to remember that 99% figure. There's the 1%.
Which revitalizes everything.
Everything. So we'll never get rid of all of the non-natives or native insects because there will always be south-facing slopes with dark trunks to a bark. So you get a sunny day, even if it's -30, you can still be under -30. Or above -30, as the case may be, if you're in that microclimate.
How do we kill all the mosquitoes?
you didn't mention ticks. Are ticks also vulnerable to this or no?
They are not.
Okay.
They make it through everything. They do.
They live
even when you try to smash them, they can't even.
With a hammer.
Yeah.
Well, they're under the snow right now, so they're in the ground, and that's an insulating layer.
Yeah, they're cool.
Why are non-native species so detrimental to us?
Yeah. They don't have to be. So we have numerous non-native species that are not invasive. So that's the key term, non-native and invasive. And invasive species are those that dominate and take over different habitats and move out all of our native
Eurasian
species.
milfoil.
Yeah, garlic mustards, those kinds of things that can literally cover an entire landscape Purple loosestrife is another.
Mint. I learned about mint.
You know, but all these animals and plants, they evolved somewhere else. Why do they even survive over here if they were used to that climate?
Well, they're brought here and they're adapted to a European or Asian similar climate. They just hadn't been here, so they got released oftentimes for good purposes. Asian carp were purposely brought over, for instance, and put in our lakes. We thought it'd be a good idea. Starlings, you know, somewhat similar. So a whole lot of species were brought here with high intentions back when.
But then they got ahead of us.
And then we learned.
Okay, well, let's take a break right now. Right after the break, we have some viewer questions for you all. So we'll be back in a few minutes.
The big in-stock winter blowout sale is on at Slumberland Furniture. Get year-end savings on everything in stock. Over 20 different sofas in stock and ready to go. Over 50 accent chairs and recliners too. In-stock items can be in your home really fast, even just a few days in some areas. Plus, save an extra 30% off all clearance items in store. Huge store-wide savings. Everything is on sale and shipping is free. The big in-stock winter blowout at Slumberland Furniture.
Music every weekend, never a cover, and drinks priced right. TV, pool, darts, and more. Happy's Pub in downtown Woodruff.
ELM Repair in Edgar is a family-owned and operated full-service diesel repair shop. From pickups to semi-trucks to heavy equipment and RV service. If it runs on diesel, we can repair it. Want more power and better mileage? Our experienced professionals will get your truck running and at peak performance. With a state-of-the-art dyno and fully stocked parts department, we can even come out to you with our 24-hour mobile repair service. ELM is always looking for passionate and talented people to join our team. The Diesel Doctor. Have it done right the first time at ELM Repair.
I know there's conflicting information about Dupuytren's contracture.
I thought I couldn't get treatment yet.
Well, people may think that their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. If you can't lay your hand flat on the table, talk to a hand specialist.
But what if I don't want surgery?
Well, then you should find a hand specialist certified to offer non-surgical treatments.
What's the next step?
Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
At WJFW, our News Watch 12 news team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most of all to the North Woods. Our team is committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. NBC News Watch 12, news from where you live.
We're backing up north at 4. We have some viewer questions for you, John. Jeff, take it away.
Ready? All right, so where is the best example of publicly accessible old-growth pine forest in Oneida County?
So in Oneida County, first of all, there's very little in the entire state. Best estimate is just a little over 1,000 acres of remnant white pine, red pine, over 150 years old. So that's only a square mile and a half.
Oh, geez.
That's like nothing.
Yeah.
So in Oneida County, there's 3 sites I'd send you to. One is right here in Rhinelander, the Holmboe Conifer Forest State Natural Area.
Right over here.
Half mile away, right over here. Another site is the Germain Hemlocks State Natural Area off of Fawn Lake Road, somewhere close to McNaughton, okay? Another state natural area. And a third area is the Raven Trail, right south of Woodruff. The nature trail itself has some beautiful big old white pines all along that particular part of the nature trail.
All right, next question. What should I do if I accidentally step on a bear's den?
Actually, nothing.
Because it wouldn't be on purpose.
It wouldn't be on purpose. The den's going to have a roof to it usually, so you're not going to fall through or anything. The sow bear in the den is in a light sleep. Her temperature's down to about 88 degrees. She's breathing once or twice a minute. Her heartbeat's down. She can be awakened, but she's not going to leap out of the den and swallow you whole. If anything, you might get a slight growl or something. But this animal's in a light hibernation state, so no real danger.
You're going to be safe, those hikers out there, snowshoers too.
All right, do we have snowshoe hares in northern Wisconsin? If so, are those numbers down?
Yes and yes. Okay. Snowshoe hares have these huge, big feet, and so they're adapted to snow country. And as our snow cover starts declining, they're starting, and it is declining in depth and duration, Those snowshoe hare are moving north. We already have a number of studies showing snowshoe hare populations are being pushed north. And coming behind them are cottontail rabbits, which have much smaller feet, so they don't have the flotation on top of the deep snow, but without the deep snow, it doesn't matter anymore.
It's like wearing snowshoes. I hate snowshoes.
Don't get into that.
It's a thing. What trees should I plant in my yard?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Broad question.
Yeah. So it depends on what you want. What do you want to attract? For me, as a bird watcher, I like to plant trees, in particular for winter. Since we do have 5 months of it, I'd like to attract as many birds as I can to my yard. So 2 trees in particular I'd recommend are crabapple trees and mountain ash trees. Both of those produce a lot of fruit, and the birds are really attracted to them. I should say also to make sure you plant native vegetation whenever you can, because all birds and mammals and all our wildlife has co-evolved with native species, but they have not co-evolved with non-native species, and so we end up with oftentimes not being well utilized by wildlife if it's a non-native species.
Can I stop you there real quick? How do you know what is native and not native? What's a good resource?
Boy, there's a bunch of tree books that you could look at that would tell you that we don't have that many, to be honest. For trees, there's really only about 16 species or so that are specifically native to us right here.
16?
Trees. Wow. Yeah, it's not that many that are common. Okay. I like to plant a lot of shrubs that have fruits on them that I can eat as well. So elderberries, blueberries, what else? Fruit that's not edible to us necessarily is nanny berries, but these fruits that will, again, draw in a lot of birds, I like to do. Juneberry is a wonderful small tree. Amelanchier is the Latin name. That is a really lovely thing to eat if you can beat the dang birds. I mean, you're planting for the birds, but then you get mad when the birds eat them all, because you like to have your own fair share. Plant some oaks. Acorns are a favorite wildlife food of an awful lot of species. And then plant some conifers, because don't forget that wildlife needs not only food, but they need cover. And so you need cover around your bird feeders. Those chickadees and nuthatches and so forth want to fly back into a heavy conifer cover to eat their seed where they're not exposed to predation. So plant a number of conifers as well.
That's where I'd want to live.
Yeah, because the needles don't fall and they'll have that protection.
And you're out of the wind as well. I mean, stay out of the wind and stay dry. Those are the commandments to small birds in particular.
You have several books out. There is a question here about they live in Mercer. Where can they find your new book?
Unfortunately, not in Mercer. But in Boulder Junction, you can go to Coontail Sports, which also has another location in Arbor You can go to Moon Deer Gallery there. You can go down into Shade Tree Books in Minocqua, and down in Wausau, Yankee Books.
That's where I was today. We have a picture on the screen of Yankee Bookstore. I'll have a segment there in a couple days.
They've been wonderful to work with, as have these other places.
Well, thank you so much, John. Let's take another break. We're going to go to Buffy's Northwoods kitchen. She's going to tell us how to make spinach artichoke dip. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Cool.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Moon Deer and Friends Gallery in downtown Boulder Junction offers an eclectic mix of contemporary fine art and craft, antiques, professional custom frame service, and many other smaller gift items, featuring the work of gallery owner Sarah Mender, as well as over 150 other regional artists.
How many times have you searched the same thing? What to make for dinner, kid-friendly meals, easy party food. Stop searching and look no further than the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with new recipes every day on Newswatch 12 Today and Newswatch 12 at 6. The Test Kitchen has you covered for every meal, snack, and craving. Now, how many ways can you say, "Ooh, it's so good"? Mr. Food Test Kitchen, brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio and Golden Carrot Jewelers.
Illuminate your home with Menard's great selection of light fixtures and LED bulbs. Find your style with Patriot Lighting. Enhance your space with coordinating interior light fixtures. Grab this Patriot Lighting Lance Heathered Bronze Island light for $144.99. Make sure your new light fixtures have fresh, white, electric LED bulbs. They're bright and use less energy than an incandescent bulb. Grab a 10-pack of LED bulbs for $5.99 right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Check out the events in the Northwoods page on the WJFW website to find can't-miss local events. Do you want to spread the word about your event? You can add it to the calendar there, too. Buffy's Northwoods Kitchen on Up North at 4 is brought to you by Bassett Jewelers and Engraving in Minocqua and Eagle River Cabinets in Rhinelander and Eagle River.
Hi everyone, welcome to Buffy's Northwoods Kitchen. Today we're going to be making an awesome game time snack, Spinach Artichoke Dip. You're going to need a bag of spinach that you've blanched lightly and wrung out, or you could use a box of frozen spinach that you've also wrung out. This is 1 can of artichoke hearts that have been chopped up, a couple cloves of garlic, 2/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese, about 2 cups of mozzarella cheese that we're going to divide, a cup of room temperature sour cream, an onion that you've chopped, and a block of room temperature cream cheese. And all we're going to do is just dump it all in and mix it all up. And then once you get this mixed up, you're going to put this in an oven-proof dish and you're going to bake at 350 for about 35 minutes until it's all nice and bubbly on top. And I did shred my own Parmesan cheese, but you can always buy the stuff don't buy the stuff in the green can, but you can always use the stuff like by the deli department. And we're gonna reserve about half a cup of this cheese to put on top. And if mozzarella cheese isn't your jam, feel free to use Jack or something that's a good melting cheese. But I think mozzarella has that really nice stretch to it and that ooey gooiness. And you can use a mixer for this, but with a little elbow grease, we'll get it mixed in no time. And you just want the sour cream and the cream cheese to be throughout. You don't want to have like a big wad of cream cheese in there. And because you're using canned artichoke hearts, which have salt in them, and Parmesan cheese, which is very salty, I have found, for my personal taste, you really don't need to add salt to this at all. But if you want salt, add salt. But I like to put in some nice pepper and some paprika. And once it's mixed well, you know, where everything is pretty even, we'll just add in the pepper. Oh my gosh, and the paprika. And just give that a nice little whip. And then I'm going to spread this into a cast iron skillet. But if you don't have a cast iron skillet, use a cake pan. 9x13 pan, I think, would be just a skosh too big, like a 9x9 pan or another square pan, I think would be great. Now we're just going to top it with that remaining mozzarella cheese. and slide it in a 350-degree oven for about 35 minutes. And after 35 short minutes, this is what you end up with. Spinach artichoke from Buffy's Northwoods Kitchen. Cook on, my friends.
Don't miss 3 all-new episodes of Wednesday's most watched dramas.
You okay, Marty?
Hammer! Opening that door will put everyone out here at risk.
Jason Bowler. They gave him his walking papers. Kilbone is behind the allegations against Dollar.
Chief, we're on the same team. This guy's killed half a dozen people.
I could work him. Send me in.
Who is this?
Let go of me.
Something's wrong.
We gotta go.
Let's go! An all-new Chicago Wednesday, tonight on NBC.
Olson Solar Energy would like to thank you for trusting us with your local solar installations this past year. To those of you who are still considering solar, give us a call to set up a free evaluation and get your project booked for next year. Discover the benefits of a lower or no energy bill and take advantage of federal tax credits. The time is now. Go green, save green with Olson Solar Energy.
I know there's conflicting information about Dupuytren's contracture.
I thought I couldn't get treatment yet.
Well, people may think that their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. If you can't lay your hand flat on the table, talk to a hand specialist.
But what if I don't want surgery?
Well, then you should find a hand specialist certified to offer non-surgical treatments.
What's the next step?
Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Some traditions just keep getting better and better. Ford F-Series, the official truck of the NFL and America's best-selling trucks 44 years and counting. Now get a built Ford Tough F-150 with 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash. Only at your local Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Bassett Jewelers and Engraving in downtown Minocqua is a full-service traditional jewelry store offering a wide range of jewelry and gift items to fit any budget. Find jewelry from classic diamonds to beautiful colored gems and pearls, engagement rings, and wedding bands for every style. Gift selections include jewelry travel cases, glassware, picture frames, and an extensive line of baby gifts. Bassett offers in-store jewelry repairs and engraving to personalize your gifts.
Bassett Jewelers and Engraving is proud to sponsor Buffy's Northwoods Kitchen.
All right, we're back, Mr. Bates, Mr. Weller. You're both men of science, right? So I want to show you this new prototype of an earthquake detector, okay? So you look at this earthquake detection kit, and if the googly eyes are moving around, there's an earthquake happening. What do you guys think?
It couldn't be more simple. I love it. It doesn't tell you how big the earthquake is, but you know.
If you want, John, I can install one in your home for a small fee.
A very small fee, I hope, yeah.
Incredibly small. Well, John, thanks so much for joining us on Up North at 4. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me.
All right, we'll have more from Jeff at 5 and 6. We'll see you then.